Greetings, Dr. Tanya here, and today we are talking about 6 neuroscientific ways to regulate good chemistry to allow for long-lasting, long-term relationships. When people meet and they are immediately attracted to each other, it is often referred to as good chemistry. Many intimate relationships, both failed and long-term, ignite as a result of this good chemistry. But what does it really mean to have good chemistry? And how does its presence or its absence affect your long-term relationship status? Well, from a neurological standpoint, what is going on in our brain when good chemistry transpires is that the hormone dopamine is being released and neurotransmitters are being ignited. This means that you're literally high from several things. Number one, dopamine, which plays a role in how you feel pleasure. There's also norepinephrine, which leads to arousal and mood elevation, making you feel good. And then there's phenylethylamine, which is a neurotransmitter chemical in the brain that causes you to fall madly in love with someone you just met. Serotonin, where low levels stimulate an inhibitory receptor and decreases serotonin neuron signaling and will increase sexual behavior, as well as oxytocin, best known for its role in female reproduction and is scientifically recognized as the hormone of love. And then you have vasopressin, which when increased during erectile response may be directly associated with increased motivation to engage in sexual behavior. So here are some of the strategies. We're talking about 6 strategies to regulate your behavior in these instances. Number 1, allow time to get to know people. This allows your initial brain chemicals to become regulated. Your out of control brain chemicals. Number 2, use veto power 0.2 seconds to change decisions related to proceeding with intimacy prior to getting acquainted with the person with whom you've experienced this good chemistry who you just met for possible long-term relationship benefits. Then there's novelty. If you recognize, breathe. Number 1, breathe. That should be number 1. And I'm not talking about this shallow breathing that most of us engage in on a day-to-day basis. Like breathe from your diaphragm. Deep breathing and sends air to your brain, enables you to be able to think rationally and to acknowledge that this is a novelty. And anytime something new comes into your life, you're excited. So if you breathe deeply, it enables your brain chemicals to become regulated, and you acknowledge, okay, this is something new, but I don't have to act on this right now. If it's for me, it will not go away. If it does, it wasn't for me, so let it go. And then communication of fears and insecurities. I mean, this is once you've become acquainted with people, you don't want to initially just dump on somebody that you don't know, but definitely for long-term benefits in relationships, communication of fears and insecurities is a very powerful method for maintaining or establishing intimacy and maintaining intimacy, as well as learning and understanding verbal and nonverbal communication. Yeah, that's a biggie in all relationships, whether it's professional, business, networking. Being sensitive to the verbal and nonverbal communications is definitely a powerful, an imperative tool for maintaining any sort of long-term relationship, even friendships. And then also be an empirical listener. What does that mean? It's like empirical, like scientific. It's based on verifiable observation and experience rather than, what you hope will transpire or what you imagine can transpire or what you're fantasizing about. in terms of this relationship. It's like, no, what has actually transpired in terms of my communication and interactions with this human being? And that will enable you to make like an adult and an emotionally intelligent decision, as opposed to a non-emotionally intelligent decision. There's a huge difference, and one is more beneficial for everyone involved, specifically yourself, because many times we place ourselves in scenarios where we wind up becoming hurt and disappointed, and oftentimes it can be avoided if we are in tune with ourselves and listening and being an empirical listener. People will always tell you who you are, who they are, if you listen, but you have to listen. People will always tell you who they are. Again, this is Dr. Tanya. I digress. I've gone off on a tangent. I didn't mean to do that, but today's giveaway, as always, we'll always have some sort of giveaway for you. Is in the comments section. So after you engage in the exercise, feel free to comment and let us know how we came out, how you came out. We're always interested in hearing from you and hearing about your progress and growth. And thanks so much for tuning in today. And have a fantastic day. And put these tools into action. Looking forward to hearing about your successes. Have a great one. Peace.